Good morning and a pleasant day to you. How was your weekend? How are you doing this morning? Hope you had a great night's rest. It was the Easter festive period. A lot of people had a lot to eat. Some didn't even have anything to eat. But whatever the case may be, don't forget you have your life. You have your breath. You have hope of eating better things in the next coming Easter season. And that is why you should be hopeful. That is why you should be thanking God for life. Just as I am doing on the show today, I am thanking God for life. I am thanking God for the gift of my voice. I have my voice with me this morning. That is why I'm able to come on the show this morning. It's another pleasant day on the CHR's Breakfast Show 416 on Moreplex. You can also watch on YouTube at CACTV and on Facebook, CACTV. On Facebook, we have a lot of people that are actually waiting to watch. They're always there to watch. Don't forget to join as well. And if you are yet to get your Moreplex decoder, please do. Like I usually say, Moreplex is our own. And the campaign has been on for years now. Let's say since the time of our ex-president Buhari, that we should learn to buy made in Nigerian products. We should learn to use our own products. And Moreplex is our own. Moreplex is actually our own. That is the reason why you should patronize Moreplex. If you're here to get Moreplex, get it. CHRS is on 416 Moreplex so that you can watch live on Moreplex. And if you're watching on Facebook, I welcome you to the program this morning. If you're on YouTube, I say good morning to you. I am Toke Bravo, and it's another pleasant day on the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll go on a quick short break. We'll be back shortly. We go straight to the stories that made it to the front pages of the Nigerian newspapers. There are a lot of stories, like I usually say, that ends at the backyard of the news house. Some on the internet. You find them on the internet on verified pages of Daily's house, newspaper stations. But then they were not lucky enough to make it to the front pages of the newspaper. We are starting today with The Guardian. On The Guardian, we have how FX duty rates disparity, shipping charges compound inflation. You find that on the page 6 of The Guardian newspaper. UK moves against cybercrime in Nigeria as many claims $500 million yearly. If you want to know about that story, please read on the page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. World Autism Day. World Autism Day. Experts link condition to household chemicals. If you want to know more about that, you should also grab your Guardian newspaper. Ondo Attorney General Ajulo appoints 273 advisors. That's also on the Guardian newspaper. Here we have another story. You lack legitimacy to impeach Fubara, PDP tells House. Security operatives nab suspect over fire outbreak in Borno IDP camps. That's huge. Third mainland bridge repair cost federal government 15.6 billion in 6 years. Zenith emerges Nigeria's best bank for 4th consecutive year. Workers and appropriate minimum living wage. If you want to get that, you find it on the Guardian newspaper. Moving next to the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper this morning, we have Tinubu, African leaders grace Senegal president swearing in today. That's on the front page of the Punch newspaper. You can read that as well. OPEC oil output plunges as Nigeria, Iraq slash exports. Wow, that's good. NEC sits over state police as governors plan forest guards. This is a welcome idea, state policing. So when the forests are actually guarded, let's see how these bandits and all the kidnappers find a place for themselves in the forest. As governor's trials shows EFCC won't spare anyone. Olukoyede. This cost makes 1 trillion naira amid grid crisis. Unmetered customers eat 5.8 million. On the radar, we have this cost revenue by 30% in 2023 over billed customers despite grid collapses. Electricity tariff hike looms as federal government raises gas price. NERC vows more sanctions over estimated bills. On Easter, fun seekers flood parks, beaches amid tough times. Even though there is economic crisis in the country, that won't stop people from enjoying themselves. That won't stop people from going out to enjoy themselves, as that also is a way of killing boredom and depression. Here we have presidential nod. Ondo APC governor aspirant besiege Abuja for Tinubu's endorsement. Police go after hoodlums for raiding night bus, robbing passengers. That's on page 5. Zenith Bank extends win as Nigeria's best bank. Railway Corporation generated 1.7 billion from passengers in the fourth quarter in year 2023. On that news, they are making more money on cargoes, not passenger. The ratio of passenger has actually declined, but on the carriage of load and others, they are doing well, and that is why they were able to generate 1.7 billion naira. Zenith Bank emerged as Nigeria's best in Global Finance Best Bank Award 2024. Now we are on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Our teacher shortage in primary school hits 876%. That is coming from Universal Basic Education Commission. Some schools in rural areas have 2 or 3 teachers. NUT expresses worry. That's coming from the National Union of Teachers. How Abure ignored Obi's advice on Labour Party crisis. Yunusa Tanko. That statement is coming from them. 13 killed, 2 injured in auto crash in Kogi. 6 feared Kogi poll drama as which that's real drama. On page 2 to federal 2 trillion on 55 bank and get good Welcome back. It's still the April 1st show, and we are talking about the presidential jets that have been put out for sale. They actually wants to sell this fleet, this jets, 3 of it, because of maintenance issues so as to save costs. According to reports on the Nation newspaper, this jet actually cost a lot to be maintained. They cost a lot to be maintained. There are about 10 fleets in the presidential air fleet. There are about 10 jets, 6 jets, 4 helicopters in the fleet of the president. And because of the maintenance to keep these jets, 3 of these jets has been put out for sale at about $80 million. You don't forget that during the Buhari administration, there was aim of selling some jets too at a point in time, but then it was cancelled because the bidder, the highest bidder who bidded about $24 million, did not come back to pay that money. Instead, he reduced it to $11 million, and that was how that was cancelled. Okay, we hope that this time around this will not be a cajole on the populace, because it is very key that we need to save costs. We don't have to spend frivolously at this time, because the country is bleeding economically, and that is why the government must always put their strength together on this. You can actually call in to share your own opinion. Some people believe that this actually is just a way of propaganda, is a way of trying to sell the face of this administration, that they actually meant well for the citizens. That some people say they do not believe that they want to sell the jets. Why some people hail the president that this is a way to go, so as to make the economy find its feet back, and it will also help the nation to have more savings. What's your take on that? What's your take on that? There are a lot of stories that is actually making waves right now. One of those stories is the one I've just shared with you, concerning the presidential fleet, the presidential jet, 3 of them that is going out on sale. Another one that is actually putting the internet, the Twitter on fire, is about the air hostess, Peace Air Hostess. Tribal strength. Some people believe that if you Igbos are saying that Yorubas, they speak Yorubas on trade, they speak Yoruba on trade, why should you wear your Isiago on the plane? But the truth of this matter is that people are not seeing the big picture of air peace. I think we have been given the opportunity to put our map, Nigeria's map, on the wall for the world to see. We have to put it out there for the world to see. This is air peace owned by Nigeria, whether they wear Isiagu or not. If another Yoruba man comes up with his or our own business,